There are 18 student houses on campus and they are divided into 3 streets. The first street consists of 6 colonial houses: Swan and Woolley, Dewey, Canfield, Stokes, and Franklin. The second street has 6 colonials as well: Booth, Lee and McCullough, Kilpat, Bingham, and Belling. Whereas on the third street there are 2 types of houses: the 70s houses consisting of Bells, Sawtell, and Noyes, and the new houses consisting of Perkins, Merck, and PB. At the end of each academic term, when students at Bennington College are in the process of packing and moving out, piles of free stuff accumulate in each house's common spaces. They're famously called the free piles. They consist of clothes, books, room decor, etc., while finding fridges, musical instruments, art supplies, rugs, and other more substantial objects is also a common occurrence. All the 18 houses on campus have their own distinctive communities. Some houses are labeled as either quiet or loud. Yet, due to the house's different personalities and communities, the nature of free piles accumulating in the common rooms is also different. Some free piles are more organized than the others, holding clothes, shoes, and other things in boxes, whereas in some houses, stuff is strewn on the floor in messy piles. It also depends on the time of the academic year. At the end of the spring term, all students in the houses are to pack up and move out. This enables the free piles to be bigger and messier as students end up throwing stuff they don't particularly need or are not able to store or bring them to their homes. At the end of the fall term, though, the free piles are not as savage. The students living on the first and second street in the colonials are allowed to leave their stuff in their rooms for winter break and falling shortly for a mandatory 7-week fieldwork term. The students on the third street, though, are supposed to move out completely. In the process of them packing and clearing out their rooms, the houses on the third street accumulate bigger free piles.
So I think that I took a lot of decorations, like small little stuff from the free pile. So like this thing right here. And this light right here. Yeah. There are a lot of clothes and shoes and boots. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. But I don't know, I feel kind of I feel kind of uneasy taking them. And I think partly the reason why is the way they are displayed. Like, people just kind of throw them, toss them aside and like just throw them in the pile like that. You know, like in a very messy way. And that makes me feel like a little bit like it has a feeling like garbage. Garbage is a little bit it is a little bit rough, but I mean it just has some feeling like that.
And have you ever given clothes to the free pile or something?
Yeah, I have. I gave some of my clothes to the free pile, the clothes that I don't wear anymore. But when I gave them to the free pile, I kind of fold them up and put them in the corner and kind of like just place them neatly. Not like just throw them away. Yeah.
Okay. So in your opinion, which house had like the most messiest free pile?
Wow, that I don't know. Because when I went to the houses like at the end of the term, it's kind of the same. I mean, it's not the same, but like the way that it's really messy and like everything is there. Yeah, it's kind of the same.
And what do you think happens to the free pile when everybody on campus leaves?
I was wondering about that too, because somebody's gonna have to clean them up. So I think that's going to be a lot of work to clean them up.
For how long have you been living in Bully?
I've been living in Woolley for 3 terms.
Okay. And what, did you come here as a freshman and lived there?
Yeah, I was placed in Franklin, but then I moved here like after 2 weeks.
Okay. What about you, Sasank?
I think I moved into this room last term. Yeah. But I also lived here like during my winter break for my last full term.
Okay.
Yes, I have a long lasting memory.
So, and you also stayed for the summer, right? You both?
Yes, but
we were living in Fells.
Okay. So you guys have a lot of experience with the free pile around.
Yeah.
So can you tell me like how the free piles kind of like helped you with your living situation here in Bennington?
Yeah, the free pile helped a lot. So this lamp I got from free pile like my first week here, and I didn't have any lamps, so it was really useful. And then I got that fan that was really helpful in the summer. And then we also got another fan like after people moved out of their houses in summer.
Yeah.
And then Sasan got these beautiful speakers. The main part is down the table.
That's a woofer, but yeah.
Yeah, from the free pile. And then
the carpet is also from the free pile.
The carpet is from the free pile.
And what else?
Yeah, and I got some books from the free pile, like the Harry Potter book right there was from the free pile.
You got the fridge.
And yeah, the fridge is also from the free pile, which is like inside my cupboard. So yeah, we got a lot of things from the free pile.
What is like the most ridiculous thing you saw in the free pile that should not be there?
Underwear, people's underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free pile, like, can be anything, there's nothing that shouldn't be there. Yeah. I think at least things should be clean, maybe.
Which oftentimes they're not. But we are very like good ninjas, we know how to filter things out, so we have a lot of stuff from free pile in our room.
The history of free piles has improved from my time as a student to where it is now solely by virtue of the fact that now only maybe a third of the houses have to move out of their house, at least in the fall term. Spring term, when everyone has to vacate, things are still pretty cluttered. It's better than it's ever been, thanks in no small part to the Bennington Environmental Action Group, who's done a lot to help facilitate either safer and more like environmentally conscious means of disposal of things you don't want, or means of collecting them. So looking ahead to this previous spring, BEAG, Bennington Environmental Action Group, in conjunction with Student Life, held a free pile collection where BEAG, over the course of I think 2 coffee hours, went to houses and offered to collect anything people were just going to throw out at the end of term. It was loaded into garbage bags and it was stored in a house basement that wasn't going to be used for the summer, without really knowing what the long-term purpose was, only knowing that rather than letting stuff get thrown out, if most of it seems salvageable, we'd rather have a chance to look at it and make an assessment. So BEAG did that, and it was an incredible amount of goods. And everything from brand new fans and desk lamps and alarm clocks and sound systems to clothing. Over the summer, we had a student group as well as Student Life members actually go through and sort everything that was collected. I would say safely there were maybe 6 big black garbage bags that got thrown out. Otherwise, everything else was in good condition. And that yielded over 1,400 articles of clothing. Some simple numbers there. We had about 86 winter jackets, about 80 pairs of shoes. And again, these are all the things that we picked through it all. So these were the things that were actually in like great shape and definitely ready to be used again if we so chose. So that clothing sat in a house basement while we kind of ruminated on the idea of, well, how do we make this go the extra mile? There's also the fun element of a free pile, which is that opportunity for people to find something new that they need or to get a hand-me-down they've been looking for. And it's just a matter of scale. Every college deals with this. And larger colleges have whole departments dedicated to seeing stuff like this taken care of in a more, thoughtful way. For Bennington, it kind of seemed like the most practical means of doing it was seeing if we could create a culture of taking care of things before they become piled. And that's where the idea of a campus thrift store came in. So as it stands right now, we've had space officially allocated in the old key room in Down Commons to convert into a student store. This will be open to students as well as staff and faculty. Probably not community members at first because we have to iron out the concept a bit more cleanly before we decide how far to take it. But the idea being it's a place throughout a semester to always be able to drop something off even after hours. And just like you would see in a general thrift store, provide an opportunity for you to go in and maybe someone gave away 2 jackets and maybe you really need a jacket and be able to buy that again for a very, very low cost. I think among other things on all of our minds as we do this isn't really about making money. We want to make it as useful and cyclical as possible for people to want to contribute and then get things as they need them. Ultimately, and hopefully to stem the need for free piles in the first place. Because if you figure you have an immediate place to drop off those 5 things you don't want to take home with you, and it's right next to where you're going to go at least twice a day to eat anyway, you're doing a lot to make your life easier while also affording some pretty cool opportunities for everyone else.